afternoon, everyone. What a wonderful performance. Can we have another round of applause for her performance? And we would be remiss if we forgot our wonderful live musician. Thank you, Michael, and wonderful director of this performance, Jeffrey. My name is Paul Ortiz. I'm going to be facilitating Q&A. I have the honor to be the director of the Samuel Proctor Oral History Program at the University of Florida. I'm a history professor, not a philosophy professor. But I can kind of relate to that story because in my earlier life, I was a military veteran. I served in the 82nd Airborne and 7th Special Forces in Central America. And coming home and going back to school, or actually going to school, the military was how people from my neighborhood got to school. Otherwise, we couldn't go to school. I remember those philosophy classes, and I remember the difficulty and the challenges, and what a difference it made to have a person, anyone, a family, friend, teacher, actually listen to you, right? And I think that's what this performance is all about. Before we get going with Q&A, just a few quick announcements. I just want to echo something that Jeffrey said in the beginning. We have surveys we would love to have you fill out. These are very important for the performers, for Jeffrey, to get feedback on how we're doing, how we can improve. If you'd like to see more of this. This is also an important message we can send to the Florida Humanities Council as well, because they're underwriting a good part of this project. The last person I want to acknowledge is the coordinator for UF Oral History for our Military Veterans History project. If you're a veteran, if you're a spouse, a family member, and you want your story recorded, you want to have a chance to give your testimony, you should talk to Ann Smith, who's sitting there. Ann, raise her hand. She has conducted and facilitated and guided over 300 oral histories with World War II, Korean, and Vietnam War veterans, Afghanistan, and Iraq. So thank you, Ann, for your work. All right, so we have about 20 minutes for questions, for thoughts, for comments, especially, of course, to the performers, to Jeffrey as well. We're going to get a one question. Michael back there. Let's give Michael a hand. You did a great job. Michael's going to give us a one question warning, but when we finish, and please feel free to get up and leave at any point. We promise not to be offended, but when we finish, we can also continue with Q&A out in the lobby as well. So now let's get started. Thoughts, questions? Yes, please.
As far as how you're, sorry, this is it Sue? Sorry. This is just for the veterans. As far as how your individual experiences shaped you as an individual, would you recommend service to people who may be considering it?
Not me.
Kind of had that one figured out.
I would definitely would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't unless you had a degree.
Okay.
I'm in the same caliber. I wouldn't send my son off just to be a soldier.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And maybe we could clarify why do you have a degree? What's the
So,
difference?
as an enlisted, you kind of have like a limited experience, meaning you only do whatever it is that everybody else tells you to do. Rather, when you have a degree and you become an officer, you're the one telling everybody what to do, but at the same time, there's more of a I feel like there would be, I mean, I wasn't an officer, but I feel like there would be more of a gratification of being able to lead a group of people like soldiers. And I mean, every time we go to war, all of our, including Sue, will all be at least mentioned somewhere along the lines in school. Our children are going to learn about the Afghan and Iraq wars, and I mean, we're there. So to become an officer and be able to shape the results of every campaign, I don't know. That's how I look at it. It's a lot more worth it.
My comments are really not about the military. It's about how our government misuses the military. If our government was responsible with the military, I might have a different feeling about it.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Well, my question regards what Scott was saying about how he's treated as a traitor. So to the other four of you, do you, after hearing Scott's story, do you consider him a traitor?
You know, I've gotten some familiarity with Scott from actually my neighborhood has people that know Scott. I met Scott here, but I said to him that I thought I've had some contact with him in the past as an activist. So from my point of view, no, he's my comrade, and closest I can get.
Thank you. Anyone else?
No, I say no because I'm also kind of going through the same thing, even from other veterans at school. As soon as I announced that I was from California, I got the same reaction. Like, they just started calling me a communist. Just because I'm from California, so I really don't get to interact with the other veterans at school.
I think it's something that we have to look at and learn about and change.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
This question is for Sue. I was married to a Vietnam vet, but I didn't get support. Was there a difference between when you were married to a veteran and post being married to a veteran, when you were no longer a veteran spouse?
It was an adventure for me, and it taught me so much, and I saw so much. And we had a son that was in Walter Reed for 3 operations, and I was there with him, and he was 9 when he went through that. But it was, walking the floors of that hospital with these veterans. I'm in awe of the people who were in the military.
I was specifically asking when after pre-divorce and after divorce, how you were treated.
I can't quite hear you.
Oh, geez, after the support after the
When you were a veteran spouse, and then there was a divorce.
No.
Was there a difference in how you were treated socially?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's been interesting, but we separated in probably '96, and we weren't divorced until '03 or '04. But I'm still considered. I carry a military ID.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is not a question. I just wanted to comment that I so appreciate the honest, the truthful expressions that you just displayed about your experience and how you went through it and how you had the courage to stand up against some of the things that you think is wrong, and you stood up, and this is what we need. This is the kind of conversation that can change our future. So appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, that's not really a comment. I just want to thank you for your services. Sue, your services was needed too, because behind every man that's in the service, he needs someone strong to stand behind him. And I feel that that's a strong position to be in. But to each one of you who served in the service, whatever your position was, it served to keep me in the position I'm in, a position of freedom. And I want to thank you all for that. And on that note, I will be.
I'd like to say that I would have agreed that with all that you've done after you got out of the service. But I do agree and pronounce that you're all patriots, because you fought for democracy not only when you were in the service, but you fought for democracy here And you may not realize how much effect you've had just by doing what you did here. But I thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
And I thank you that it didn't, I don't know whether this is totally true, but it didn't embitter you to the point where you went and did something else destructive. You did something constructive.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate that. And I believe in the United States of America. But, you know, in our history, we put this thing together, this government, because we didn't trust government. We did our darndest to try to separate the power so that nobody would have too much. So anyhow, that's my, I appreciate it. I would like to shake the hand of each one of you.
Yes, sir.
Because there's something about that that's important. Did I do that now, or?
A few minutes, sir. Well, a few more questions, yes.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to say this, but to each of you, I have a deceased father that was in World War II, went to Spain to fight for their democracy in 1936. Two deceased former brother-in-laws who were career Army, high school dear friends that were killed in Vietnam. And when I look back over my life, I'm extremely distraught about our country that has been continuously at war since before I was born. And I fear for our country, for all of our citizens, that we seek military solutions. We seek solutions that involve killing our fellow men, women, and children, rather than other solutions. And that we have asked all of you all out there, and millions of others, of Americans and other human beings, to fight and kill each other rather than seeking other solutions. And I look at how peaceful solutions are often denigrated, made fun of. We call people names that separate us from our humanity. And I wish my heart that none of you all would have had to go through what you went through. And I look forward somehow to a country that can provide for all of our citizens what you learned when you went in the military. What you said, it really helped you being in the military. Scott said he learned how to be more mature. Ray said he learned how to deal with some personal problems. Why can't we as a country do that with other institutions? Why do we have to do it with the military?
Thank you.
Other questions or thoughts? Any final words from our performers that you want to share? That I know you've shared a lot, but as you can tell, people love to hear you share. Any final thoughts?
We really appreciate you coming here. We'll have the play again next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tell your friends about it.
Now, the Telling Gainesville, the TellingProject that's going on all over is invaluable. It's communities getting together and to feel together. I think it's terribly important. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for coming. I'm hoping
I
there'll
want
be.
to thank you for your bravery in exposing, making yourself vulnerable. I don't know that I can do that. I think you were very brave. Amen.
Yeah, I'm-
Again, you've shared some excellent ideas and thoughts in response to this wonderful performance. Please make sure and get some of these on the surveys. So we tell Florida Humanities we want more programs like this. Thank you very much.